Get in, nerds. We are playing Burden of Command. So, I've got eyes on this objective, and I think the first thing I'm going to do is take Lieutenant Rao's squad that we got up here, and I'm going to suppress this MG. And I'm hoping that this net suppression 18 from myself in a covered position is going to be sufficient to get this squad suppressed. Flanked. Beautiful. Alright. That is very, very good. Alright. I'm feeling very good about that situation now. This house doesn't have line of sight there. So, we are just going to go straight in and make the assault happen. Beautiful. That makes me pretty happy. Spotted an enemy squad over here. And we got just a great shot on him. So let's take that shot. They're flanked. It's from above. It's pretty rock solid. Now the question is, do I risk running out and trying to take them right away? There's almost assuredly an enemy unit in this hex. So the question is, can I wonder if I actually run up there with Captain Murphy and throw some mortar fire, and I think the answer is yes. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, an additional enemy unit. Well, that's interesting. I could fire with this unit. Again, I would love to go in for an assault. But I need this unit for that assault to happen. If I move Lieutenant Rao up here to rally them, I could then press them, but that would be Lieutenant Rao's entire turn. I need to take command of this unit in order to get anything done. This unit does not have the reach to assault. But I could bolster them if I forgo rallying this unit. So I think the best course of action is going to be grabbing Captain Murphy and pressing this unit.
Ready?
Oh, Panzerschreck. That makes me feel a lot better about shooting at this unit. So that's interesting. Very cool. So net suppression is 15. If I just shoot with the squad, it's the same. So I'm going to do that. So that'll get that squad suppressed. Now. Oh, right. But running across here is going to be dangerous. Because of this. This spot's got visibility all along here. And I don't know what's in there, but it's going to be something effective. And then there's, of course, this house here. How do I do this? How do I do this? Obviously, there's bringing up the tanks. That's an option. See, that shot's very good. I could bring them to here, creep them, and then assault, but I wouldn't get the squad that I really want, which is that one. Plus, I would still be exposing myself to fire from this house, which I am, again, I have a very high probability there's an enemy unit in. How to do this? On the other hand, I do have the option of bringing in some support. If I smoke this spot, or this spot even, no, Decisions. If I smoke this spot to block line of sight, that should be just fine. And then I can put some actual shells on there. On this house, and that'll be alright. So I think that's what I'm going to do with Captain Murphy. Thank goodness I got smoke. Excellent. Alright, so they're afeared. And they're afeared. So now... That didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Do they still have... I think they still have visibility through there. Which I don't love. I think, that's definitely not what I was hoping for. Maybe it'll be enough. Let's grab Lieutenant Murphy and throw a proper mortar shell on this house. And hopefully that's sufficient. And now, the question is, do I go in and do what I want to do? The other thing is, okay, no visibility over here to this spot. Some visibility over here, particularly from here. That could cause a problem for me, but I'm going to do this. If I attack here, that's worthless. That unit can't shoot a distance. Yeah, I think we're going in. This is only... This is it doesn't say how many lives here, but I think this is just a rocket launcher. So, just a gold-fashioned Panzerschreck. So, I'm gonna go in and hopefully whatever's in this house is suppressed enough, and whatever's in here can't see. This is dicey. I'm taking a risk here. Beautiful. I'm in. I'm taking the shot. Beautiful. So that's the Panzerschreck surrendered. And do I go for this squad? I think I do. Get him!
Come on. Follow me!
Beautiful. Now if I want to get absolutely ambitious, I could go for this objective. No, I can't, because I don't have the movement. Alright. Whew! That's actually a relief. Let's go ahead and turn this squad towards the action. That's very good. I'm very pleased with this squad's performance. I'm very pleased with my ability to get in through here without getting absolutely pounded by whatever's in here. So last thing I'm going to do with Lieutenant Rao is move him to this squad and have him rally them. And then they'll be
the superior soldiers.
ready for action next turn. Dearborn, I'm probably going to do the same. And then I'm probably going to bring Thompson in around just to get some of the space occupied. I might be able to... Well, anyway. That's my turn. Let's see to what extent the other shoe drops. That's that's Lieutenant Rao. Okay, heard a rally. It was nearby. Might be here. Not sure. Alright, and these are the remaining objectives. So, like, ideally, a line of attack is up through here. But obviously I need to take this hex, and then I need to circle back for this. There is... Oh, there's enemy units over here. Which I'm aware of, because of the lone survivor. So what I could do is move one of Stern's MGs forward and just pound them with MG fire. But of course, I can't make the entire distance unless I press. And that's a bit of a waste. It's a good opportunity to take an officer. Again, I don't have any ability to activate this squad, so if they die, if he dies, then it is what it is. So I don't need to concern myself with him, is the end of that sentence. Dearborn's got a couple of squads that are in bad shape. I think the answer is... And I've unfortunately clogged myself up here. I think I'm going to bring Thompson up and around. Which means I'll start with this squad. And run across into here.
With me.
Now, I couldn't take this house from here, which means I can't take it from here either. So I need to go in. Boy, this is... I'm really risking it for the biscuit over here. But I'm going to do my best. Get him! Oh! Nobody in there! Oh! I'm really quite surprised. Usually the enemy puts units in all their objectives. Well, that really makes things a lot easier and safer for us going this way. Perhaps I will get... perhaps I'll spend a little time getting totally overconfident and going way out farther than I can possibly support. That is good. That bolster gets this squad a little bit further.
Dickerson, lead on.
Let's put them here.
Quick time.
Half a loaf. Half the burning, smoldering town is yours. Somebody up there loves us, First Sergeant Grant says as stray rounds thunk nearby. Can we call it a day, Captain? Losses have been remarkably, almost miraculously light. That's not likely to last. Think the Germans will pull back? We want the whole town, not half. We could halt and prepare. We want the whole town, not half. Yeah, but the Krauts will try to counterattack, Grant says. We can be ready for that instead of getting more of our guys shot if we get caught out. Going over to the defensive would only give you half a loaf here, and some of the Germans might get close enough to help you choke on that. But pushing forward further entails its own risks, especially if the enemy reserves show up. I'm feeling actually pretty confident with how far we've gotten so far, so I'm gonna try to push the Germans out entirely. There's no point in holding things halfway. Nickel Company has to keep hitting hard until the Germans don't just run but give up. Those are your orders. Alright, so now, just this squad will get up into here. And then they'll have a shot left. And then we'll get this other squad up here and just ready for action. And Thompson isn't having the most eventful of turns, but again, when you're in situations like this, you gotta take time to manage yourself and do what you've got to do. So from here, we'll end the turn. See how the enemy responds to this. Going over this way is going to be a priority, but not necessarily this turn. If I want to get really risky, but I don't want to get really risky. I don't want to go in half-cocked here. So we'll just do Dearborn. Dearborn needs to rally himself and his squad. And then he's got 1 point of movement. If I go over here, I can rally his other squad. So I'm going to get Dearborn himself over to here so that he can rally this squad, and then everyone can be ready to go. This squad's doing all right for morale, but no reason to let them... if I can give them a little bit back, they'll be more effective in subsequent turns, and keeping morale up is what officers do. So that's Dearborn. Alright, now for Stern, let's get over here. And we'll see if we can take this officer out of action. I don't have a way to take this unit out of action. I'll send Lieutenant Rao, one of Lieutenant Rao's squads down there. I'm getting awfully greedy if I do this, but I gotta bring my machine guns into the fray. Okay, we are spotted, but we know that that guy's looking here. Don't see any other units. So what I'll do is I'll grab this MG, bring them up.
Careful with the barrel.
Careful with the barrel, indeed. Ideally, I want to put them there, but it is what it is. It's not perfect. So they can have some decent coverage. And then we will have Stern press this unit. They're spent. Well, that's a shame. I don't have any additional support. So that's going to be all that Stern can do. And this will have this machine gun covering over here, and if the enemy gets any ideas, we'll be able to take him out. This spot has got visibility all up through here. But that also means if I bring an MG around, I can pummel them with fire. Which will be good for letting Rao's fellas go through. So now the big question. Do I bring the tanks forward and risk there being Panzerfausts in these houses here? Stern is still leading. We'll go ahead and end the turn. Or do I position units for a good old-fashioned creep and then assault? I think the answer is creep and then assault. And then we'll be able to see what's going on over in these buildings here. And that'll be what it is. So, how do I want to do it? One creep assault, that's probably the best we're going to get. Maybe I'll go ahead and move this Sherman out of the way. Again, I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm giving the enemy visibility to me over here, but I also don't want to move these Shermans too much for fear of them getting bogged. The one advantage I've got is I can go here. Whatever's here can't see into this little defile here. So if I put a Sherman here, they can sneak down in and absolutely visit a location somewhere over here, and really be in a solid position. But also, like, who knows what the enemy's got in these buildings? Probably should have moved these two squads forward while I had the chance. But you know, small mistakes will be made even on the best of days. Do I dare move this tank around? I think yes. I think I bring this tank forward. And hope it doesn't get bogged down. Beautiful. And now we'll face the tank into the city. And that way, if anything comes out at us, we can blast away at them. Alright. That's... I'm just going to change facing with this tank. And that's all we're going to do for now. One more turn still this episode. Let's see what we can get done. Captain, Corporal Sobieski calls out. Battalion says regiment has no artillery. We already had this event. Battalion says regiment says the other tanks are busy. We could ask battalion to ask regiment to ask division for Sergeant Grant says slowly. Screw this, we're going to the top, enter a crucible. Send a request for artillery support. Couldn't hurt for artillery support. Put in yet another call for armor support. Signal back, wait reply. I feel like somebody is going to get upset at me for sending in all these support requests. I'm going to signal back, wait, reply. I'm feeling reasonably confident. You motion for Sobieski to hang up. If division doesn't have anything, then there's no use talking. Yeah, I'm not going all the way up to Corps headquarters on this. So, we gotta be careful. Step, creep, assault. That's the play. On the other hand, we could bolster, run, creep, assault. Now get us visibility to everything that's in these houses. Let's do that. This might be a mistake.
Get ready to advance.
I'm gonna put Thompson in the into the action.
Stay with me.
This was kind of dumb because he doesn't have enough to do what he needs to do. So that was silly of me. Let's grab the squad and creep forward. Just the squad. Okay, enemy unit there. And we're spotted. Nothing else in either of these two houses, though, which I'm feeling pretty good about. We've just got one action point left. So we'll shoot. Flanked in from above. They still shot back. Which is pretty impressive, to be honest. I made a plan and I'm going to keep it. I'm going to do the same thing with this squad. Okay, now we see them, but they can see us. Okay. Well, they're facing the other way now, so... Oh, too far to assault. Not what I was hoping for. If I shoot them in their flank, they'll turn around, which isn't ideal. I could run Captain Murphy up and bolster them for extra distance. Yeah, we'll try it. They still shot back, and they're still undaunted. Gosh darn it. Well, we've lost a bunch of morale. We're not going to assault now. Golly, gee willikers. And they can't see. I'm tripped up on my own smoke. I wonder if the answer is I grab one of Dearborn's squads and go in and just get way out around behind them. Yeah, I think that's what I needed to do. So, you know, mistakes have been made. So this squad's got 4. Well, first we'll take command of them. And then we'll bolster them. Perfect.
We're gonna pound them flat. Keep moving. On your left, on your left.
I hope this ends up being the right maneuver. Just the squad, please.
Go,
Come
go,
on.
go.
I goofed up. And there's a Flammenwerfer over there. This squad's proving a real headache. If I take command of this squad... We're gonna try this. This is when the situation goes tits up, friends. This is me having a real hard time with one squad. I do want them facing that way. This squad, see, I needed to get down here because I didn't have anywhere to shoot this squad from that was in cover, and now I've got multiple squads facing them in the open with a chance of getting absolutely bonked. Let's take a quick visual. They have a visual all through this way. So again, this is really risky if I do this.
Go, go, go!
No, this is too risky. I'm risking them just taking an opportunity shot and just hitting me real hard all of a sudden.
Take cover!
I've really beefed it. Actually, I think here's what I need to do.
On your right, on your right!
I need to put some mortar fire on them. Which I'll do with Captain Murphy.
On your right, on your right!
Which I'll do with Captain Murphy from up here. Because I'm not a goof about to misuse my mortars. Stop being undaunted. Gosh darn it.
On your right, on your right! Reload! Keep moving!
Still, I think at least my hope is I'm draining some frickin' officers' orders over here.
Keep firing!
Can I pour it on? No, I can't, because I don't have the giblets. Alright. So, that's all I can do with,
On your left, on your left!
with first platoon. It's gonna be Dearborn next. I think, well, no, actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in the tank. And we'll shoot them with the tank, and we'll see if that puts them in a mood to lose some morale, finally. Let's go ahead and shoot at this Flammenwerfer. No reason to let that thing hang around. Alright. Let's see what they do. Let's see how it goes.
Unsere Panzer kommen!
Alright. So the Flammenwerfer rallied. I consider that a win. So, if I move this tank up, then I can shoot them with it, and that'll be better.
Hurry up!
Really?
Hit him first!
Still undaunted. Gosh. No way to get around them with what I've got right now.
Keep it up!
I could go absolutely right up to them. Well, now they're at least in the rear. Okay, I can't.
Stay on line. Watch your fire!
No, because I can't take command of that squad while Lieutenant Thompson is out of pips. Orders. One of these days, I'm going to get this system straight. I could walk right up to them with a tank and shoot them at point-blank range. That would be silly.
Hit the dirt.
If I get them going this way, if I get them turned this way, then I could use a take command of this squad to get Thompson. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. This is really silly. I'm spending a lot on this one house, and it's going to be worth it. Flanked from above. There we go. Still undaunted. Unbelievable. Alright. Now they're pointed the other way. Time to take them from behind. I really hope there's nobody in this house. There was somebody in that house. No! Dang it. Oh, I took 2 hits. And it was an MG. Ugh. Oh, that's bad. I kept moving. I can't believe it.
Weiterfeuern!
Wow. Okay. Well, that was a maneuver. Yeah, that was genuinely one of my worst ever calls. Just get out into the smoke, please. They didn't even do it. All right. Well. Okay. All right. It's okay. These things happen. These things happen. This is still a covered spot. But I've spotted this MG now, which means I can run Lieutenant Rao up to it. If I bolster his squad, I still can't get that much distance. Let's go here. We'll grab Rao himself, run him across here. Spotted there, that's curious. Really?
Das ist dein Heimatschuss!
Okay, okay. Alright, you've made your point, sir. Oh, not what I was hoping to have. Because now I've only got the one. If we pour it on... Wait. Select both. If we pour it on... No, no way that's going to be productive. Gosh. Well, they're out of... So they're out of goes right now. So if I rally... Rao can just get everything back. Neither of these squads is... No, this one's activated. Got a clear shot across here.
On your right, on your right. Watch your flank.
If I go here, can I step across? No. I'm gonna bring them in. And have them take a... It's still not good.
Keep moving.
This is really putting a crimp in my plans, this MG being here.
Go, go, go. Stay down.
Alright. How do I want to handle this?
Shift fire. Go, go, go.
I have a good chance of winning the initiative over here.
Hit him hard.
I'm in good cover. I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna hold, and we'll be able to do more next turn. And that simply is what it is. Do I take command? I can't because I don't have any taking command hootie waddies. Alright. So, that is the end of Rao's go-round.
Keep moving.
I will say, this squad has held with remarkable heroism. Really, really outstanding work by that squad. I have to give them appropriate props. Let's just gun down this officer. What if I bolster?
I think I got
Lay down a base of fire.
Alright, that's good. Now let's cross here. Let's just cross here with the MG. And then we'll take some shots at this squad. Beautiful.
Reloading.
And then we'll send Stern's other squad into town. Where can I get a decent shot at this MG? Really only here. So that's going to be our ultimate destination. Well, here or here.
Keep your heads down. Stay online.
I'll put them in cover just for now. Just to be reasonable about stuff. They'll also be able to shoot back this way next turn.
Reloading.
I've already fired the mortars. Yes, I have. Alright, and last it'll be Dearborn's turn.
Scheiße!
Okay, so he rallied himself. And they shot at the lone survivor again. Alright, and that's taken him out of action. Okay, I guess I've now finally interrupted this event. That's okay. I don't think they're going to be able to accomplish a whole lot. How close can I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll be able to get into that house. Depending on how far I can go. No, I won't. That's a tragedy. Quite tragic. They've got a visual to all this. Well, I'll be able to do more with the machine guns next turn. Can they see into the road? No, they cannot. Alright, so just move this squad this way. I gotta get this objective sometime, so I'm just gonna pound those squads. Dearborn will go ahead and rally his other squad. And we'll press them.
One more time, gentlemen.
Watch your fire. Hit the dirt.
And we'll bolster them. I'm just trying to get these guys
Follow
closer
me
to the
victory.
action. And we'll get them up into this house. Alright, and that is my turn. Pretty good pair of turns. I think I've technically got one more go with this fella. I suppose I could technically bring this tank in, but I can't bring him into the action. So I'm going to leave him where he is for now. In any case, well, I'll let it go until the next turn.
Just as bad as $1 Million Ridge.
And then I'll continue pressing forward. That having been said, that is all the time we've got for this episode, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.